Hello everybody and welcome to this kind of dev notes single person podcast gameplay type video for my latest game, Orbs 3. I meant to make this sooner, but I was like, do I really need a gameplay? Do I really need gameplay footage? And then I post about it. I post about my game on Reddit and people are like, I ain't gonna play this game if there ain't no or I'm not gonna buy this game if there's no gameplay footage. Reasonable. That's a totally human reaction. Anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of describe the game a little bit. So there's the class selection, 2 locked classes, a lot of, I don't know, maybe not a lot, but at least 5 sets of replayability, right, with this game. So I'm gonna use the combo class, and I am totally gonna auto-click. There's also lore. Lore, just kind of lore in a game that doesn't really need lore. Also different, good, change, set the volume, set the game resolution all the way down. No collection text. Bunch of different rendering modes. Very nice, very cool. I'm gonna start auto clicking so I can not make this video super long. Okay, so let's talk about the game. So this is like the dev notes gameplay footage kind of gameplay that I mentioned before, and this is just kind of how the game is played. So let's talk about the development of the game. So just as I'm playing this in the background, I tried to make this is like the 4th iteration of me trying to make this game, and interestingly enough, the last 3 times I was like, I'm gonna make Idle Orbs 3, right, and it's gonna be better than Idle Orbs 2, which Idle Orbs 2, that like set the bar. Yeah, so then, but me trying to make Idle Orbs 3, I just couldn't. Like, I just kept moving the goalpost on myself. I'm like, this isn't good enough. And then I sat down one day and I'm just like, I want to make a bunch of games for money, and then like have like a bunch of bundles of games for a lot cheaper, right? Just the idea of like selling, well, there was the original idea of like selling a bunch of games for like a quarter for each game, kind of like going to the arcade and, you know, putting in a quarter to play a game. But you can't sell a game for a quarter on itch.io, which is where I post all my stuff. You can't sell games for quarters. At the dollar is the minimum. So I'm like, okay, what if I make 4 games and I bundle it together? Or I make 4 games. Each game is $1. Then I sell the 4 games together in a bundle, in which the whole bundle costs $1, making each game a quarter. And I might do that, but and yeah, so I just started making I titled this game as 2022.1 Game 1. So the first bundle of 2022, Game 1 of the first bundle of 2022, right. So, and then it turned into Idle Orbs 3, and I was like, screw it, I'm selling it for $3, and then I'll put it on, sale, like, probably more than the average developer would, right? Because it does make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, the idea of like selling a game, since all my other games are browser games for free. But I do feel a little bit better knowing that there's a lot of people out there that saw my gameplay and they're just like, yeah, let's go, I'd buy this game. And I'm like, all right, sweet. Right, at least I'll make like a few dollars. Anyway, so but speaking of people talking about the game, I posted, when I published this yesterday of me recording this video, I posted about it on the Idle Games or Incremental Games subreddit, and it got mixed feedback. A bit of it was due to my the way I worded the title. I was like, finally the game no one asked for is out, Idle Orbs 3. That kind of cut some people the wrong way. I'm not sure how to word that, but yeah. I don't know, it's just like a weird sense of humor thing. And a lot of people thought it was funny, so it's just like kind of mixed. And then a lot of people are just like, yeah, there's no gameplay footage, there's just a few screenshots. How can I know that this game isn't just gonna like blue screen my computer or something? I don't know, whatever. And completely reasonable. obviously paid games need gameplay footage, and I realize that now. I'm gonna get on that in future games. Yeah, and then some guy saw a screenshot, saw this little shopping icon, and just thought it was like a pay to win game. Like that meant that's obviously a pay to win game. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I can get that train of thought. I mean, if it's a paid game, then also there's this right here. No, but then obviously, or luckily, someone replied to them just like, no, I got the game. I can assure you, it's just normal upgrades, right? And then you can see this in the gameplay footage. And of course, if only I had the gameplay footage earlier. Yeah. And this is my first paid game. I have some notes that I want to look at on the side. Not that anyone asked, but yeah, this is my first paid game. Yeah, like I said before, it's a little uncomfortable, but it's mostly just like for me. It's like I've never made a paid game before. I kind of want to. Let's do it. Yeah, and then I'll put it on sale a lot because I do feel a little bit bad. But this game took a while. Like, I was through a lot of trials and tribulations and wondering how should the game go? What should the game look like? How should it go? Went through like a whole GUI shift, and now luckily the GUI looks a lot better than it did before. But a whole GUI shift, and just gameplay completely changed a couple times, or a lot of the details of it. Of course, the main idea of like orbs being shot out of an orb spawner, bouncing and being collected was like the base mechanic. But then there is other stuff like, okay, what about prestige? What happens after prestige? What happens here? What happens after you unlock 3 more prestiges? What happens after you break the universe? Right? That is a good question, in which I eventually did answer after a while. But yeah, so then it was like 2 months at least of a bit of procrastination because there's a lot of roadblocks that I hit, but eventually I got it done. I'm very proud of this, kind of my magnum opus. I don't know if magnum opus is like a thing that you look back on in someone's career after the fact, like after they're retire or dead. I don't know if you can have like one magnum opus and then you make another work that's another magnum. I don't know. I don't know. I should probably look that up. But yeah, this is kind of okay. But basically, this is my best game so far. It's not much, but it is my best game. Well, it's a lot to me, right? But obviously, there are some people that just like, I would never pay for this game. I mean, yeah, I would never pay for like Call of Duty because I don't really play a lot of games. But like, yeah, I would never pay for like $60 for the latest Call of Duty game. I would love to play it for free, right? Obviously, but I'm like, I don't really buy it. Like, I'm not their target market. Obviously, I get not everyone's gonna want to put $3 down, maybe $1 if I put it on sale, but not everyone's gonna want to put $3 down for a game like this, which is fine. Obviously, not everyone's gonna want to pay this game or play this game, or else I'd be rich, right? Yeah. So in this gameplay footage, I'm just gonna prestige once. I wonder if I should just sit here and grind it out. Yeah. That was probably a bad idea to buy that anyway. So I'm just gonna prestige once and then show you guys the first prestige, what life was like after the first prestige, for an instance after the first prestige. Anyway, yeah, that Reddit post that I made made me a little sad. And then there was a lot of people that like there was. I looked at my like analytics for the game, and it was like one person paid or tipped an extra $7. So it's a $3 game, and someone paid $10 for it. And I was like, wow, thank you. What the heck? So I'm like, okay, that made me feel a little bit better. Yeah, I should have had this gameplay footage out a bit earlier. But now what next, right? In this past like 12 hours after publishing the game, I'm just like, now what? This has been my entire focus for 2 months now. A lot of procrastination in between. It's not like 2 months of 12 hours worth of work. Probably only would have taken like 2 weeks maybe, but now what? I did have the idea of making an idle ocean cleaning game and then selling or taking the revenue and donating, or like selling the game for like $1, right? And then taking all the revenue and donating it to Team C's, and like basically, like you buy my ocean game, and it's like you're donating to a good cause, and you're also getting something back in return besides the gift of giving, I guess. I'd like to do that. I'm not sure how to get people to trust that that's like that I'm not just pocketing all the money. And maybe it's not actually a process, and if I just do it right, then people would trust me. I think if I like say like, all right, I want to hit a goal of $100 within the first week, or after a week of publishing the game, and then donating the rest of the money. It's like, oh, we hit like $120, and then you see me donate $120 to Team C's, and people are like, oh, okay, yeah, this guy actually is legit. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going on a rant, but yeah, I'd like to make an ocean cleaning game. I do really want to do more charity work like that. Yeah. What am I gonna do with all sorry, my brain is just switching from or trying to think of two things at once, and now my brain fried. Anyway, what am I gonna do with all the revenue that I'm making from this game? Pay for rent. It's not enough to pay for rent, but it'll go towards it. Anyway, we can prestige now. Yeah, I'm kind of broke. But that's a personal issue. Yeah, so whatever. You guys don't have to worry about that. Anyway, I don't know. Probably like no one made it to this far into the video, and they might have just skipped through. But yeah, let's prestige. Let's buy a single card pack. Okay, so prestige gives you mana. That's what that symbol is, mana. The Israeli shekel. That also looks really cool as a mana. Anyway, sorry. Let's go. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, that's a lot of light blue cards. Interesting. Okay, so we have extra value to our basic orbs, extra value and a chance of spawning light orbs, chance of spawning a homing orb, chance of spawning a spore orbs, and that's all the main types. There are a bunch of subtypes, just like the things that spawn from, spawns little spores, things that spawn from the spore orb. There's a subtype of orb, and there's other subtypes, like the blizzard subtype, which you guys are gonna have to get to after you prestige 2 more times now. But lore, settings, anything else interesting that I can use to shill my game? And you can kind of see a little bit of faint blue. This rendering mode doesn't serve it very well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Is this gonna show any blue? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, spawned other little guys coming off. Anyway, cool physics. Whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this was enough to convince you that this game is maybe possibly worth buying. If it's not, then I mean that's fine too. If it'd be nice if it at least got you interested in my work, and maybe future work if I did that ocean cleaning game. Yeah, that'd be really nice. Give back, donate, make some money and donate. I've never really had the opportunity to do something like that before, so that'd be nice. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.